Nier Automata marks a return to form for PlatinumGames. After a series of disappointing games, the Japan-based developer has finally found its touch. Nier Automata is an interesting title to analyze because at first glance, it doesn't seem to employ intensive graphical techniques. This is true to an extent, but it makes up for it by depending on a unique but dull brownish yellowish color palette and fantastic art style. There is a certain dark feel to the game, which goes perfectly well with the post-apocalyptic setting. This isn't to say that the game doesn't rely on other colors. Later in the game, you'll come across colorful bosses and an amusement park. However, the highlight of Nier Automata's engine is its ability to switch between different genres on the fly. The game often switches from being a side-scroller to a top-down shooter, from the usual third-person perspective to a 3D plane shooter. The camera work is brilliantly implemented as the transition from one style to another is extremely smooth. Automata's lighting work is also superb in some places, along with fantastic alpha and volumetric effects. The particle effects that are emitted whenever the player strikes the enemy, to the various machines exploding, all of it looks pretty damn good. Add to that the amazing animation system, which isn't a surprise considering this is coming from the developers of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance and Bayonetta, and you have what is perhaps one of the best action games on the PS4. On the PS4, the game renders at 900p, while the Pro manages to deliver a full 1080p. Both consoles target a 60 frames per second cap, which is a must given the game style PlatinumGames are targeting for. However, performance seems to be largely a mixed bag on both versions. We witness various frame rate issues on both versions, and do these drops affect the combat? This isn't to say that they happen every single time, and for the most part, we do get a stable performance. But given that Automata is a game that relies so much on a fast controller input, a major drop could impact gameplay experience. We're hopeful that these performance issues will be fixed in a future patch, but there is no official word on that yet. Other than the higher rendering resolution, the PS4 Pro version also benefits from better quality motion blur, anisotropic filtering, and slightly better looking shadows. Despite its performance issues, Nier Automata is an exceptionally good game. Its clever mix of several genres, deep RPG system, awesome boss battles, and PlatinumGames' crazy mix of over-the-top and action-based combat make it one of the best action games on the PS4. That'll be it for this video. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Alert. High-power jamming detected. No response from long-range communications.
Doesn't matter. I'll just take him out.
Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Enemies destroyed.
Not quite. Is that our target?
Negative. This enemy is unrelated. Proposal. Dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You don't say.